And it's red in the center and blue all around, with a ribbon of gold in between. And it's bigger than Texas and flatter than Spain, and it's the best country I've ever seen.
Setting off this time through southern Queensland, I was greeted by the rare sight of water everywhere. Unprecedented summer rains through much of central Australia had set the rivers running. The mighty Ballon at St George was as full as I've ever seen it, downstream or up. And wherever your disbelieving eyes roamed lay great sheets of casual water, not to mention that other rarity in this country, green grass. At Cunnamulla the water was cascading over the weir, as millions of fingerlings tried in vain to find a way upstream. Even attempting to jump the falls at their most impassable point. And in the quieter eddies and bywaters, millions more schooled, either resting after their efforts or waiting to make their own futile attempt. But not all weirs are as unforgiving as Cunnamulla's. A little further west at Yulo, local Ken Manctalo explains the cycle in the Peru River.
Their natural instinct is to go upriver, yeah, and then as they are old enough to breed, then they use that river flow because they're up at the top of the river or somewhere near the top, and there's a fair distance for them for the eggs to float down, hatch and then grow. And then of course in 12 months time we'll have some nice little pound and a quarter yellow belly. This is the first or last river in southwest Queensland that joins with the Darling. If both the Darling and the Paru, they've both got to be in flood from the join up. Anything that's in the Darling you'll catch in this one. Cod, carp, forky tails, tortoises.
We see the ibises and the spoonbills and the kites all get amongst these fish when they're running.
Oh, they certainly do.
Everything gets fat.
Yeah, everything lives off each other. Yeah. Good seasons, everything flourishes, you know. I think we had 21.5 inches in 2 months. Just to talk about the depth of the water in some places, you may have seen a blue twin cab parked in the street outside the hotel down there before. He's got a property just out here about 5 k's. He's got a mailbox made out of a 12-gallon drum, and he's a fair way from the river. And in there's a mark for the 74 flood, then there's a mark above that for the 90 flood, and then they couldn't put a mark for this one because it's about 18 inches higher than the drum. She's right? A real big flood, yeah.
And as I travelled further west, it was the same story. Casual water, green grass everywhere, and swollen rivers. It was a delight to see the country looking so good, and Don Glasson at Nakundra agreed. Is this as good as you've seen this country?
It's as good as most people have ever seen, yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Like there's some really green stretches on the way out from Thargo.
Yeah, but it's brilliant. Like, and most times that's pretty bony, stony country. Yeah. Yeah.
And you didn't go under here?
No, we were close. We were just across the road. Yeah.
So even, look, there's some great fodder out there.
Yeah, no, it's
and there's no cattle around?
Well, there's not enough cattle here to get here. There's not enough cattle in the country to eat it now. No, we can't help nature, but it's a great problem to have.
And it's red in the center and blue all around, with a ribbon of gold in between. And it's bigger than Texas and flatter than Spain, and it's the best country I've ever seen.